Yodi boys, what's good? It's No Words. So, I was rerolling my races and I happened to land the 1% race Novakid, and I was told that it was trash, but I decided to make a slot with it anyway because I thought it sounded pretty cool, and lo and behold, what do you know? It was actually pretty good. But you don't got to take my word for it, let's just go ahead and get into the showcase. Alrighty boys, so Novakid actually has quite a few things going for it. The first thing is that you don't have a temperature meter. So basically, if you're in Tundra or the volcano, your temperature will not move from the base temperature. So what that means is you can basically farm in whatever area you want for whatever amount of time, and you don't need to like get a potion or leave to reset the temperature. And then the second thing Novakid has, I can actually show this one because it is in the passives list. Nova Flare. When perfect blocking, guard breaking, or knocking back enemies, apply 1 flare stack to them. And then flares stack up to 10. So, basically, you have access to 2 different abilities. You have one ability where you can detonate your flares for damage, and then the other ability is to shoot stars that apply flare stacks. So I'll show that real quick. This is Star Shooter. You shoot 3 balls, and then as you can see when I walk up here, there's 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack. So you can see 3 little flames coming off of them, and bear in mind, it stacks up to 10. But that did about 15 damage, and then if I pop Supernova, you can see that does about 7 damage, and then 3 ticks of burn. So if I go ahead and stack up 10 hits here, so like this does knockback, and then knockback on the 5th M1, I think uppercut should count. And then I'll just go ahead and do another 5th M1 there, another Star Shooter, I think we're at about like 7. And then I'll use Soul Rend, Subjugate, and I'll do one more 5th M1 just for good measure. And then as you can see, he has so many stacks on him now, so if we pop Supernova, you're looking at 22 damage. That was not max damage, that was 9 stacks. It should do around 25 to 27, depending on your build. But yeah, as you can see, pretty insane damage because a usual player, 233 HP. So the initial bomb that it goes off literally does around 25 damage, and then the burn does 7.5% max HP. Because 10 stacks, 0.75% HP per stack. I'll show that on screen right now just so that it makes more sense. You see 0.75% true percent damage every half second. So 10 stacks, you get 10 burn ticks. So in 5 seconds, they take 7.5% of their HP bar, along with the initial boom. So yeah, it does pretty insane damage. But now, I do want to go ahead and just hop into a cheese method that you can actually do with this, because something really niche about Star Shooter, which I'll show in the next clip, is that the moves go through walls, and they also auto-track. So as you can see, if I stand behind this tree, and then I just shoot in a random direction, those attacks land perfectly. Isn't that interesting? And then you can still pop Supernova, of course. But yeah, let's get into this boss cheese method, boys. Just because I'm sure that some people don't know how to get to this boss, I am going to go ahead and show you guys how to get there with a little time lapse. But if you do already know how to get to the boss Diego, then go ahead and skip to the timestamp on screen. Anyways, let's get into it. You do want to try to avoid all these mobs right here, so go ahead and run past. Okay, so I accidentally got hit, so I'm gonna go ahead and have to probably fight these guys. Okay, so I just had to fight like every mob that spawned in up here, but let's go ahead and check this chest reward real quick. Okay, nothing crazy. But yeah, anyways, once you're all the way up here, you literally just go ahead and make sure that you have like a little bit of food because you will need it, but just go ahead and hop in this portal. Alright, so once you enter the portal, you'll be taken to a place where you're by yourself, and then you just walk down this path real quick. Then once you're at the end of the path, inside of this little water pool, there's an NPC right here, and if you talk to him, then you end up fighting him. So basically, this guy's Diego, and yeah, he's a boss. So you're going to want to definitely get ready before you interact with him, because this guy does low-key just beat your ass. So I'm going to go ahead and fight him normally for a second, but I'm going to show you guys what I actually want to do when I'm low. Okay, so I'm not really getting low, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys why Star Shooter is so good. Basically, before I got my Ultra and when I was a little bit less powerful, this boss was actually hard to beat. And you can just literally run away around this little loop right here, and then watch his health bar. I spam Star Shooter. You see how it does that little bit of damage? That keeps him in combat. So you can literally just take him around this loop and keep on popping Star Shooter and Supernova. So like if I pop Supernova right now, see that? Decent damage. It's nothing crazy, but it's good enough to a point that you can literally just loop him around this and spam Star Shooter over and over, and you literally don't have to fight the boss, like straight up. Like, this is the easiest way to beat this boss in the game. And the cherry on top, this boss drops life shards. So you can basically farm infinite lives off this boss because you just spawn in, hop in and out of the portal, and then if you bring a lot of food, you can just stay here for a while and then just grind up 4 life shards, craft a life crystal, then you're chilling. But yeah, obviously I don't really need to loop him around, but I'm just showing you guys that this is literally the easiest cheese of this boss in the game. Because it's just connected to a race. Like, there's no pre-requirements. Like, you get this ability no matter what, like, class you end up going. Because I'm a melee class with ranged abilities just because of the race. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just finish him off here. If you guys wanted a recommendation of what class to go with this race, I would either go with like the Gunslinger Stark class, like the Coyote Stark or whatever it's called, or I would go the class that I'm using, Fallen Knight. You basically just go Warrior, then you go White Knight, then you go Fallen Knight. So you got to go like Orderly, then Chaotic. But yeah, either one of those I'd say are really good with this because like the range capabilities and stacking the flares, like, you know, hey, what better way to end off the fight than blowing him up? Yep, easy enough, and I'm full HP at the end. So let's see the rewards. Yeah, so you just get a ton of silver here. And a bunch of random other rewards. So yeah, like not only is it a good money farm, it also drops an Ultra Codex and life shards potentially. And if you also need the Diego Soul item, I'm pretty sure that's for Superhuman. You get that from this guy as well. But yeah, Ultra Codexes, this literally, you can grind your Ultra out on this race by just having the ability because you can beat this boss with whatever class you need. Because you get this ability no matter what, like I said. But yeah, like 5 or 6 Ultra Codexes after your Disorderly Super. Like, I think it took me about 5. I literally got my Ultra after, like, killing this boss just 5 times. Like, that's so easy to do. So, now that we've gone over what the race... I've just managed to nearly drown by spilling water all over my desk. So, smash like and subscribe for that. But anyways, now that we went over everything to do with the race and also how to cheese this boss, I think that that concludes the showcase for today. So yeah, thank you boys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all boys. Peace.